They call us the enlightened ones. We bring facts. We coming from a unique perspective that's black. We talk about everything from sports to the news, the hottest new music.
Yo. Welcome back to another week of the Enlightened Ones podcast. As always, you got your boy Deuce in the building. Got my man Don with me. What's going on, boss?
Hey, what's happening with you, bro?
Chilling. I got my man Mel. What's happening with you, boy?
What's good, y'all?
What's good? We got a special guest with us, my favorite entrepreneur, Brittany Briscoe.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Brittany, what's good with you, girl? How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you all?
Doing good, man.
Good.
Definitely glad to have you on this morning with us. Let's go ahead and jump into these mental health check-ins, man. Where y'all at? Where y'all feeling this morning, man?
Let's see.
Y'all had a fun morning.
Mentally, I'm about 7.5, man. It's been a good, decent week. Just ready to get back to. Honestly, I'm ready to get back to work tomorrow. For some odd ass reason, I'm ready to get back to work. I don't know why, man.
That ain't something you hear people say on a Sunday, man.
I know this week gonna be good, man. Man, physically, I'm down right now, bro. My back hurt. I don't know what I did, dog. Like trying to sit in this chair right now, and I'm
getting older.
I went to the gym and I don't know, I did something, dog. And I'm over here hurting. But outside of that, man, I'm good, man. Happy Sunday to y'all.
All right. Happy Sunday. Let me see. I'll go. I'm close to dime. I'm gonna put myself at a 7.3. I don't know what it was, man. Last week was just a draining week for some reason. I just had no energy the whole week. You know, you get those times where it just something don't feel right, but you don't know what's wrong. Like you just down. I just felt like I down. I didn't have energy. Had all the time in the world to hit the gym and do stuff like that. And I couldn't get out the bed. I'm like, I have nothing in me to get up. And there was no excuse. So I'm slowly coming up off of that. Should have a good week ahead of me. I got my son's birthday party coming up this upcoming weekend. So I'm gonna have a bunch of friends and family in town. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So I'm hoping, I guess in a way, Don, I'm with you. I'm glad to get the work week started just so I can get it over with, though. Just so I can get it cut up with the fam and stuff like that. But I'm putting myself at a 7.3. Where you at, Mel?
Man, I'm gonna say I'm at an 8.9, man.
Carry the weight for us, bro, because we down a little bit.
Man, I'm gonna be real, man. When I start on something, man, especially a new journey or some kind of new growth development, it can be hard, it can be challenging, and it's easy to get sidetracked. It's easy to not do it. It's harder to do it and follow through with it. So I got a good group around me. I got a good support team. My groups is in my entrepreneur groups. Brittany is in my group, man. She's always got info on it. And all week I've been getting little nuggets, bro. From the most random people. The waiter at the dinner for my mom's birthday hit me with some game, and I was like, what did he just say? It's everywhere. This week has been some kind of game, some kind of knowledge, some kind of growth, some kind of you going in the right direction. I don't know what you're doing. I don't even know why I'm talking to you, but you're doing the right thing. So for me, it's capped off. Even this morning at the airport, I just told y'all, like, just more and more free game everywhere I've gone all week long. So work where I was like, man, it's kicking my butt. It didn't even kick my butt the same way. My energy is. So I'm at an 8.9, man. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and push it to a 9, man, because we're gonna finish the rest of this week. Right.
Not mad at that.
You know what I like what you said though too is just that listening from different things and being open to different things around you, like the waiter, just people in general. Because sometimes we get tied off, and you might not like, fam, I ain't got to hear what you're saying. You bring me my food, dog. I don't care what the little message you got to say right now. Like, so it's good, man, that you opening up, you listening to people, man, because you do get them random blessings. You like, damn, this dude just dropped a gem on me out of nowhere, dog. Yeah, I definitely done had the moments. I'm like, damn, fam, what you doing here, bro? You over here a philosopher. You in the wrong business, dog. Oh no, but
Put
that's
them
good,
cups
man.
down.
That's good. I love it. I love it. Briscoe, where you at, girl?
From this past week, I think I am at a 7 just because my full-time job has been pretty tiring. We're kind of gearing up with a lot of projects and I'm on a
Mhm.
small team, so it's a bit overwhelming at times.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, kind of piggybacking on Jamil, like with him and Jasmine, always talking to them about our business adventures and stuff. That helps. And then I started back with a personal trainer this past week. So I'm like, in all aspects, trying to develop while I'm kind of taking some time off to build my businesses back up. My business credit, like things like that is going good. I've been opening up some lines of credit. So I'm excited about the future.
Making moves.
That's good. That excitement is what takes people places, man.
Absolutely.
Follow those feelings. I love it. I love it. And before we jump into it, because we know we're gonna jump into your entrepreneurship, some of the side businesses and stuff you got working on. But what do you do in the tech world?
I am a business analyst. I work in Kentucky State Government for the Office of Technology. So we work for all the state's call centers for Medicaid, health insurance, things like that. So
it sounds like some stuff I'm not smart enough to be in.
Right.
Sounds like I need to stay in my lane.
Since the pandemic started, they're always thinking of how can we branch off and do this and do that.
Oh yeah.
It's so many ideas and they don't think where these ideas are great, but we have to make all these changes on the back end and put all this time in with testing and developers and
I'm exhausted just hearing you talk about it.
Hey, you know what's funny? I work for a software company now, and they're in the same thing. And it's funny you say that because it stemmed from COVID and trying to do different things. So I'm not even in that field, but I was talking about on the last podcast. I got picked for this project and I'm working with our developers on some new stuff. And I'm like, I don't need that stress. I don't need that extra stuff. Like, I know my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in my role for a reason. Don't bring me up here with people that know too much and have me looking stupid.
Asking questions.
Yeah.
Asking all questions.
I can't even imagine having to do all them projects and stuff all the time. I'm like, fam, I just got off a project. Y'all put me back on one. Like, I know.
Or they go same time.
Yep. I'm like, damn, enough is enough. But no, that's great. Again, definitely above my pay grade right there. So I'm gonna stay at that business. But no, so fill us in, man. You're an entrepreneur. You got some good side businesses and that we really thought are really amazing. That's why we wanted you to have on to kind of talk about them. So, give us a little bit on what you do on the side when you're not in the tech world.
So I'll start with To Be Adored first because that is my first baby. That's a lingerie and loungewear business. I started that one because going into stores, it was for me, I was much heavier at the time, but it was hard finding things in my size. And not only finding things in my size, but finding them to be affordable.
Yeah.
And when you do find it in your size, it's nothing like what they make in smaller sizes. It's ugly. It's like, why do I have to look like this and she looks like that? So I started out with a partner. So we decided to find a way to have lingerie not only be affordable, but also be inclusive to women all the way up to a size 6X. So I go from an extra small to a 6X. And we wanted to make sure that it was affordable for people. So doing all the research of finding different companies to work with, because we all know going overseas is the easy route, but also it's kind of, to me, the cheap route. The material is very, very.
You don't have that control over quality. Yeah.
Exactly. So finding those vendors in the United States to be able to actually go to those places that are close enough to visit, and then building that relationship with those out wherever on the West Coast. It's not been bad. So I just have taken the time over the years, now that I'm by myself, to kind of build off of that and grow. And I can say that most of my customers don't even live in the state that I live in.
That's a good feeling.
I'd say about 85% of my customers are outside of Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm big on social media, although I don't really like being on social media all the time. But if it's for this, like, I'll do it. I'll do whatever it takes to be able to get myself out there in front of people to show them, hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. Like, we all have to start somewhere. So I do that. I try to do different events face to face so people can see my face. I plan on hopefully maybe not this year, but next year doing Exotica, maybe in Chicago or DC.
Ooh,
so I'm looking into that. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm not gonna just take my lingerie with me. I'll take the toys and stuff with me too. But that's to be adored.
You see, she led into it. She said she threw some toys out there. Hold up. Yep, let's go.
So my other business is Play with Pleasure, and I do have a business partner with that business. We decided to do that together. Shout out to Tasha.
Tasha, what's good, girl?
Tasha,
we decided to do an adult sex toy line. I feel like we don't see a lot of Black people in that industry. Of course, we know Candy has her own thing, but that's kind of like Pure Romance, where it's this big corporation and they're just sending people out to sell the stuff. Whereas it's just me and her. If you want to book a party, we'll book a party for you. We'll do a live party. We have the toys that we sell. We have them on Instagram, which social media in the sex industry, period, is hard to market because they are always banning things. My posts, even with To Be Adored, my posts get banned. I can't, almost every other day when I post, something is getting banned. So I'm having to go in and either take more pictures or blur out something that's already blurred out. Say you can't show a woman. What can I say on here?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
It's all you.
Say whatever you want.
Okay, so like you can't show a woman's nipples or something, and it's like, well, she has on covers. So why am I still getting banned?
That's
so
crazy.
I feel like sometimes I feel like my businesses are targeted because I'm Black and because I am getting traction at times. I feel like they shadow ban me on purpose.
That's possible. Yeah.
Ooh, I got a question for that one. So
it really can really be hard because I've noticed even like on Pinterest, I use Pinterest as well to market. They've gone back 2 years and started taking my posts down, flagging them for nudity.
Wow.
It makes no sense. So it's like I'm always having to fight to
Quite
get
an uphill
things.
battle. Yeah.
Always. So on top of the sex toys, I am in the middle of becoming a certified sexologist.
Ooh.
And I decided to do that because I felt like, yeah, we're selling sex toys, but I need to be educated on selling sex toys. I need to be educated on how this toy can help this person that may have a disability, or how this toy can help this person who may have trauma, or how this toy can help this person who maybe there's a couple who needs a little spice in their life, or there's a heavy set person that, hey, I want to use a toy, but I don't think that I can use one of those little roses. Well, hey, how about I offer you a wand, something with a longer, a longer reach to help you out. So it's been fun trying to learn all these different things because when I feel like when people think about sex, they're just like, let's just do the do and be done, when it's more than that. And I feel like we've lost touch with what that whole process is. And also I'd like to get into schools to talk more to the adolescents because looking at social media and watching these TikTok videos, things have really changed.
They get so much exposure. Yeah, so much
there's
exposure
so much
now.
exposure, and then they're trying to figure out their identity and their sexual orientation. There's hundreds of names for different orientations. It's crazy to me trying to keep up with it, honestly, because it's always changing. But somebody needs to be an outlet for these kids because they're out here exploring and doing these things, and they're not talking to their parents. So who can they call on?
Yep.
So that's kind of why I want to go out also into the schools to start educating the kids on safe practices. If you're going to do it, that's fine, but be safe about it.
I got you. And I love that what you said too, especially with the toy business with, you know, how to help somebody with disabilities, things like that. Cause like you're saying, people think sex toys, lingerie, y'all just some freak nasty people.
There's
but a lot of it's so much more. It's more education to it. Things like that. So you got a passion for it. So what makes you so passionate about this field? Why do you think sexual health is so important for us?
I don't know. I've seen different people around me struggle with different things. Like some of my friends that are married that may have lost spice, or they've had babies and things had changed with their bodies. So maybe their husband doesn't understand, hey, I don't feel this way anymore because my body's gone through A, B, C, and D, and I really can't help it. Like a woman, we really can't help the changes that go through our bodies after babies. And I never understood that until I had my baby, about a year ago. So it's so many things that change. And I feel like if we communicate more with each other, with our spouses, with our partners, then things would go so much smoother. And that's why I was like, well, why not get certified? Because I can actually talk to these people one-on-one. I can help you get from here back to here.
Yep. So I'll
So what you're saying is like sex therapy, pretty much.
Not exactly, because I don't have a PhD. I'm not medically.
Oh, okay.
But it's as long as it has to only deal with, I'm going to do with sex, basically.
Yeah.
So if you have I can help with sexual trauma, but it can't go so deep where I'm giving medical advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things like that.
Okay.
Yep. Can only go so far.
Right.
But now it's interesting. And I'm glad to have you on too, because I just finished a book actually yesterday, called Marriage Be Hard. It's Kev on stage, and his wife wrote a book just about marriage, things like that. One of the things they did talk about was sex. So his wife had came from a, very conservative Christian family. You don't have sex till you get married, but they really stressed on how wrong we get at teaching our kids about sex and things like that. So like for her, she was like, I've been taught my whole life sex is this bad, awful thing until you get married. Then when you get married, you just automatically ready to go. You know what you're doing. And she's like, no, it wasn't like that at all for me. So they talk about that, talking about kind of talking to their kids early on, getting those uncomfortable conversations out the way. And, I'm at the age of my oldest and I'm like, I can't, you know what I mean? And that's why I like sexologists, things like that too, because there's so much more, now the kids these days too, they got social media, shit coming on TV, telling what sex is, all this access to pornography, giving false, getting false representation of what sex with your partner should be. It's just wild that they have this much exposure compared to like when we were kids. Like I'd have to, if I wanted to watch a porn, I had to sneak into my dad's room, find his box and throw a tape in while everybody was gone. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it is scary because, I was even telling my wife, like when I was a kid younger up, I remember, it was just, nobody really told you, what sex was. It's just, are you having sex? You know what I'm saying? You putting a condom on? I remember Ain't Bobby. Shout out Ain't Bobby. I'm like 12 years old. You wearing them Jimmy caps? Huh?
Hey.
The hell's a Jimmy cap? What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's why I think it's important. So one, and I'm not gonna go too deep into detail of this. So in college, actually, I was at BCTC for a little bit, and I had to take a little elective, and they had a sexology class. Me being the perv I was like, oh yeah, we better get in here. Ain't no telling. I might find me a little freak in here, something like that. Boy, that was one of the best classes I took in college, just on health. Cause I'm like, yo, I'm in college and there's so much shit that I didn't know just about intimacy, sex, my body, my partner's body. It was like, it was so wild to me. And I just think that we just get it wrong so much. We're scared to talk about it, especially in marriages, relationships. So many relationships go wrong because we don't know how to talk about it. We don't know how to be comfortable, how to like what we like, things like that. It's wild. So like the sexologist part of it, because like I said, that was a phenomenal class. I love that lady. How do you even get into that? Like, what's the requirements to be a sexologist?
Well, honestly, I was working an event to be adored. I was selling lingerie at an event. This girl was having like a sexy dance class type thing, and she had other sexologists there giving education. And so I was there just talking to one of the ladies, and she gave me someone's information here in Louisville, because you don't hear about it a lot. And I don't, as far as the research that I've done, I've not seen many Black women or Black men either in this line of business here in Lexington, Kentucky. So I have to take this. I'm going through the Empowered. Lord, I forgot the name of her business. Wait, just 1 second. I do not want to get it wrong. I do not want to get it wrong. I would feel terrible. Because it's all online. So it's not like anybody can take her course. So it's her business is called the Center for Empowered Sexual Wellness LLC. Her name is Jade, the Lopologist. And it's all online. It was $1,500, I think, total to pay. And it's 11 weeks. I believe it's an 11-week course, and then at the end you take your practicum and everything. And there are different types of certifications that you can pay for to actually get. So you can just be a sexologist. You can pay to be an educator in sexology, to actually teach at like schools and things like that. There's so many different types, so many different avenues that you can go down, and different organizations that you can be a part of nationally, to get that accreditation. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't think it's too complicated, too complicated of a thing to do, but I'd say also on your own, doing a lot of research, especially on the health end, why things happen the way they do, different body parts and how that thing goes, depending on, as of course I'm a female, so I know more about the female body. So making sure I also know more about a male and their body and maybe their perspective, how to approach a man about different things. Men are more kind of closed off, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Because we as women, it's easy, like we talk about everything, like we don't care. We'll talk about it all. But a man, it's like pulling teeth. And they don't really talk to each other either. They don't really go to the doctor either, but that's a whole different topic. So I just feel like you have to be sensitive also in those situations with certain people.
Oh yeah.
So just stand up to date on different things.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, B. Give me 1 second. Let me ask you a question, B. So how would you address the issue of men? Because I know that it may not be an extremely comfortable situation. I don't think very few men like being vulnerable, especially in that particular portion of their lives. Dudes may joke around about certain things, but it's like sometimes it's like pumping themselves up, like I did this, or this is cool, but it's not one of those conversations that we sit down, drink a beer, and say, "Hey, look, bro, I'm struggling in this area.
Hey, dog, I can't satisfy my wife, bro.
Right, I'm out here losing it, bro. I done tried everything. Like, how would you communicate understanding, like, hey, it is okay to seek somebody in a male perspective if you feel like you have a good grasp on it?
How would I approach a male, or how would I refer them out to a male?
Well, at least how would you refer them out if you weren't comfortable with talking to them right away? Because I know you're still going through your class. So what would be the steps to getting a man to be a little bit more conscious about how to be a little better in that particular area, in the sex, in the bedroom, in whatever?
So I would ask them, first of all, about their level of comfort, to see where they are, and ask them if it's okay throughout the conversation. Can we go here now? Can we talk about this next? Or how do you feel about going through this and that? It just depends on where the conversation is going. So I kind of feel like always getting consent throughout the process is important, because you don't want to keep going to make somebody feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not comfortable with talking to me, or you're not comfortable with going forward, you're never going to open up to me. We're never going to get anywhere, because I've now got you closed off again, because I've done too much. I've gone too far.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like getting consent throughout the entire conversation, or throughout the entire session, is important with someone that may not feel comfortable talking to me. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to me, then that would be up to me to find someone that you would be more comfortable talking to.
Oh yeah. Nah, I like that. Yeah, I definitely like that. Because I remember, like I said, that sexology class that I thought was gonna be something completely different. When I got in there, I was super uncomfortable. I was like, okay, this ain't what I was thinking, but I discovered so much, man. Issues that you like deal with growing up as a boy, especially when you start having sex, things like that. Because again, you don't have nobody to talk to. Nobody really taught you, like, yeah, you taught me what a labia is and shit like that, and I don't really know what I'm doing here. And I didn't learn a lot until college, taking that class, like what performance anxiety is, things like that. I'm like, oh shit, there's a name for this. What I was going through at this one point in life, I'm like, damn, I didn't even know. So I think it's a huge thing that we definitely do need. Do you see anything wrong with like how sex ed is taught these days? Is there something you would want to change with how it's done?
I honestly do not really know how it's taught these days, because I don't have any kids in school, or I guess I could probably ask a friend what their kids are learning in school. That'd probably be a good place to start. But I feel like it's not talked about enough. And like you said, growing up, even with parents, they teach it as if it's something wrong, like you'll die from it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Or it's just this terrible thing. And it's like, it's not a terrible thing, but you just have to go about it the right way, because yes, it can be fun if done correctly, but also there are consequences to these actions if you do not take precaution. You can get someone pregnant. You can get a disease that you'll never be able to get rid of. Like, it's so many different things out there that they don't touch on enough. Just, oh, if you do it, you're going to get hurt. Oh, if you're going to have a baby and then they're going to leave you, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not it.
Yeah, because I'm one of those people, I think if you really taught sex correctly, like, of course, you want to teach your kids, hey, whether you're religious or not, you want to teach your kids, hey, reserve sex for, your significant other, if that's your wife, your husband, whatever, you want to have sex for the first time with somebody you truly love and care about. You know what I'm saying? That's the general message you want to get out. But I do think we get all that negativity about, oh, sex is awful, you better not be doing this, doing that. And then I think it discourages a lot of people when they are at that age where, they starting to get into it. And then you just lose that whole communication breakdown. I don't know what I like, or your girl might just be going with it. You just in there jackrabbiting, and she don't really like it. But she just going with it because she's like, and people fail to realize that sex is a gift from God. Like, it is a true gift. Like it is something
Yeah.
that you and your wife or you and your husband, whoever significant other, should be sharing together in a nice, healthy way. So I do strongly think we got to have those healthy conversations. And it starts with getting that knowledge of, what is sex, explaining how do I feel comfortable with myself. And I love that you have those little sessions, things like that with your toys. Just because some people don't know how to use a toy right, they might do it wrong. Now they really don't want to be involved in anything sexual.
This
Or
is
they're
stupid. I ain't
scared to
doing this
use
no
a
more.
toy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of some men don't even like to bring toys in the bedroom because they see it as competition.
I hear that all the time.
I hear that.
I've heard it
I
from a
heard
lot of
that.
homeboys. They're like, nah, I don't want that. Yeah, I can't beat me out. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I can't vibrate like that thing vibrates, man. So I don't want to, give her false hopes and dreams over here. But I get it. And I understand from some points of views where people are like, you know what, it might be overstimulating. And it might give this person a false idea of what sex should feel like, things like that. So how do you kind of combat those people that are like, nah, toys can, damage your relationship? How would you combat that? What would your response be to somebody saying that?
I would actually try to get them to do a pleasure mapping session. And pleasure mapping is when you take turns with your partner and you explore each section of the body with something different. And say, like, we start at the top, put blindfolds over their eyes, and you can do like a feather or ice, or you can blow
Hold on. Let me take
somewhere.
some
Like,
notes. me and wife better have a little good evening tonight.
Baby, we're pleasure mapping.
Hold on, let me get the
baby.
feathers, baby. What you need feathers for? Shh. Hey, just talk to Briscoe. Don't worry, girl.
We're pleasure
No,
mapping.
go ahead.
but I just feel like if you take that time to learn each other's body one piece at a time and trying different things, you would see that, hey, this isn't something that's going to take my place. This is something that's going to enhance that finish that will help both of us get to where we want to be.
And
so
I think
it's just all about taking your time. Like, there's no rush. Like, what is the rush? Where are we going?
I think that would help a lot of men out too. So fellas listening, slow down, brother. You know what I'm saying? I like that because dudes feel a lot of pressure. Like, oh man, I got to make sure she finishes every single time. Let me calm down. Let me do this. Let me do that. So I think people actually understood sex and, like what you just said, slow down, learn each other. It takes that pressure off you. And then when you don't have that sexual pressure on your performance, I think you're going to have a whole lot better of an experience.
Absolutely. And every person is different. Just because you did it this way with her or him does not mean it's going to be the same with the next. So
right.
You always have to change it up. Ask, express yourself. Like, people don't talk enough. Like, hey, that don't feel good. Can you do something else?
Yeah.
Don't just let somebody keep going just because you think they think they doing something. Like, no, I'm gonna let you know this ain't working.
This ain't working.
It don't feel good. Can you do something else? Can you do this? Can you do it like this? How about I show you, and then I show you on myself, and then you do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So this is definitely a very, private. A lot of people just don't like talking about sex, things like that in public. And I get it, you want to have your privacy, but I'm one of those people. You should talk about sex. I don't care about it. Like, we can talk about it. I tell you things I like, what I don't like. I'm gonna keep stuff reserved for me and wifey, but I'm open just because I want other men to be more open too, not with me, but just be more open with their partner, figure them out, things like that.
Yeah.
So with it being such a kind of a private thing, how did your family, friends see when you're like, oh shit, she's doing some lingerie and toys? Like, what? Hold on now. What was their kind of take when you first came out with that?
Well, everybody that knows that I do it is excited that I do it. And as I've gone through with opening each business after the other, it just all makes sense to them. especially kind of getting to know me. And I'm pretty open about it as well. Like, I'll talk to anybody about it. I really don't care. But my grandparents, they don't know that I do sex toys or sexology work. But and like the lingerie and stuff, like everybody's very supportive. So like even them, they don't wear lingerie or whatever, but they'll be like, hey, these sell pajamas. I want to support you. Like there's always somebody there that they want to support me somehow, some way. So the support is definitely there.
I got you. And I love what you're doing overall. And that's why I wanted to have you on. Because again, like I said, I'm big. I wish more people would focus on their sexual health. I think it would save a lot of marriages. I think people got to realize too, in your marriage, things are going to change sexually as well too. You know, things y'all used to do when y'all was back younger, you can't do no more. You know, you used to like
stamina
this.
gone.
Yeah, you used to like this. You don't like that no more. Like, chill. You know what I'm saying? So I think, and that's where that communication that you're talking about comes in. Like, hey, yeah, I know I used to like that, but you got to chill, bro. That hurts now. Like, let's stop.
I mean, and life happens. Like, what if I have, what if I have arthritis one day?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just so many different things that can happen with your body where you have to change things just because I have this going on with my body or I have this disability or this
people don't even think about the health
aspect. I can't. Yeah, it does not mean that I no longer want to have any type of intimacy or intercourse with my partner.
Right.
We just have to figure out a way to do it differently.
Yeah.
Because it can still happen. Definitely can still happen.
Yeah. And I definitely love that you aim your business to, you know, kind of how you started was like, there's not enough, you know, sizes for bigger people in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just because this girl or this guy is big don't mean they can't put something on and want to feel sexy.
Exactly.
And I love that too, because it's, you know, promoting, you know, just overall health with your body, loving yourself, because it don't matter. So I'm one of those people who believe there's somebody for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of dudes that love some big women. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. I mean, it's just one of those things. So everybody should be able to feel sexy. And I love that you have that inclusivity. Because what you say, you got extra small all the way up to 6X?
6X.
That's going to include mostly a good portion of the world right there. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, because even like think about the really skinny girls. People think, oh, just because they're skinny, they don't have to deal with issues. No, they deal with issue stuff because some guys don't like really skinny girls. Like, bingo. We all got a preference, and I think everybody should be able to feel comfortable, love themselves how they are, feel sexy when they want to feel sexy, things like that. So I definitely love that, and I appreciate that you do that too. So what is your ultimate goal from all this? Where do you see Brittany Briscoe in 10 years?
10 years.
She's like, girl, I'm trying to make it through the week.
Really, I just want to touch as many people that I can, just somehow making a difference. I don't have to make money off of everybody, but if I can at least touch somebody to make somebody understand, to change their mind, or to get a better understanding of why things are the way they are, or why it's important to reach women of all sizes, or why it's important to teach body positivity to young girls before they turn into women. Like it's just so many different things. I just want to be able to make people understand that it's okay to be who you are, to be who you want to be, and to look the way you look. Society has taught us that you have to look a certain way, or you have to have surgery to be beautiful, and it's just like, it's not like that at all, and it shouldn't be that way. Women are actually killing themselves to be what they think they should be because of what they see on TV. And that's not fair, and that's not okay.
Yeah, I definitely love it, especially having young daughters, because I try to stress to them all the time. I'm like, you are beautiful how you are. How you see yourself is the most important thing. It doesn't matter what society's saying beautiful is. If you look at yourself in the mirror, you should always see beauty inside yourself, and don't let nobody else tell you otherwise. Because we get all these fake and stuff that people want to do because they done looked on Instagram and some big wide ass woman's on there with some nasty implants or something crazy that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
So I'm big on that. I just love people just loving themselves how they are. And that's why I think I like the sexual health side of it too, because love yourself how you are, love your partner's body, and just learn each other. You know what I mean? Just you'll have a much better experience if y'all just love and value each other's bodies. There's no imperfections to me. Like if I look at my wife, she might have some imperfections in her. I'm like, there ain't nothing wrong with you to me. Like you
I
are
love your
banging.
imperfections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you saying is imperfection is sexy and it's banging. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to change up. Like, this is why I got with you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have babies, you're gonna get older, like we gonna grow, you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna get bigger, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's part of life. I'm gonna love you no matter what you look like. So I think we really gotta push that. And I think that sexual health, especially with the adolescents as they're growing up, because unlike us, we didn't have all that exposure. And they just have so much already just in their hands with their phone that's telling them how they should look. What should sex be like? So I value people like you that are doing the work to say, hey, no, we got to change this. We got to make people, really value themselves and enjoy life. Like enjoy this gift from God called sex, and use it how it was intended. You know what I mean? So my last question for you, and I know you kind of hit on, some of the struggles that you've gone through getting into the business as a Black woman and all the pushback and stuff, especially with like social media. So, what advice do you have for any kind of like minority trying to get into this business of like lingerie, toys, or even trying to become a sexologist?
Do your research. Research is so important. Don't be quick to just take advice from somebody on social media. So I know sometimes some people mean well, and it's no offense to anybody, but not all advice is good advice. Not all advice is valid advice. If anybody ever had any questions for me, I don't mind answering any questions, telling you where I got information from. I don't mind sharing anything because we all can eat. There are so many people in this world, on this earth. Why would I hold everything that I know in so you can't succeed? Why can't I help the next succeed? That's my thing. Just keep passing it. That's the problem. I feel like in the Black communities, we do not share. We do not help each other.
Oh man, yeah.
Think that the next person is out to steal something from us. That the next person is out to get us. When other communities of other races, they help each other.
Yeah.
They invest in each other. They sow into each other. Like, we need to do more of that. And if I can be that vessel to somebody else, I definitely will be that. I've always been that. And you can ask any of my friends. I don't care what it is. If I have it or if I can't find it, I'll find somebody who can get it for you.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, it's Briscoe. Like I told you, I told y'all I've been getting nuggets all week, right?
You finally sent me that email I've been waiting on for 2 days.
Hold up. So I sent Briscoe this email on some information she was looking for. But this morning while I was in the airport, the guy that I was sitting next to said the same exact thing. He said, the problem is we don't share information. And so how do we expect to grow as a culture, as a people, if we won't even share information? But then we have something bad to say about the growth of where we are. We ain't shared it. So yeah, I'm 2000% off of that.
Yeah, and I feel like we run into this mentality of like, there's only room for one Black person in this space, so I can't tell my secret because then they might come in, take over the space, and then I'm gone. Like, no, bro, we can all eat. Like, let's help each other out. I'm so big on networking and like, let's help each other out because we all got different skill sets too. So it's like,
you deliver a message different from me.
Yeah, like,
and that's a whole different market.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just it bothers me. I really do wish, and that's why I always like to ask that question when I'm interviewing somebody. And one of the big things I took away from you in that regards is keep going. Like, see, she's been getting pushed back. social media trying to shut her down. And, you know, social media is like the biggest influence right now on what people buy, things like that. So it's like, we have to use it if we have a business. And then sometimes you can run to, they're going to push you back. Like, hold on. She's doing a little too much. Let's pop a break. She hasn't stopped yet. She's still going. So that's what I love now, man. That's one of the big takeaways is just keep going with it. You're going to get people to come in, try to knock your business down, knock your hustle. We're going to keep it rolling. You can push me down. I'm going to keep going. It's not going to stop. Y'all not going to be able to stop. And I know they're not going to be able to stop Brittany Briscoe. So that's
absolutely. That's why you gotta look. You have to look more than local. People's mentality is at least I can say here is Lexington. It's this is my customer. This is I gotta get mine right here, right here, right here, right now, right here. That's not my target audience. Lexington is not my target audience. My target audience is outside of Kentucky.
Yep.
And that's exactly what I am getting. And I get those opportunities outside of Kentucky.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's just like if you expect to grow and be a brand, not just a business, but a brand, you have to think big. You have to think outside of where you are, outside of where you live.
I love that's that entrepreneur heart right there, boy. I love it. That mindset. I'm telling you, it's true too, because us on the podcast, at the end of the year, we look at our wrap up, you know, oh yeah, we've grown. Let's see where we've grown at, where our markets. Most of our listeners are in Atlanta. You know what I mean? We were like, what? We were so shocked. We were shocked by how many women listen to the show in the areas. We were like, damn, they're in Dallas. I'm out here in Virginia. We figured most of our listeners would be in one of these areas, maybe Kentucky, since we have some roots there. Nah, Atlanta. I'm like, shit, I don't even know anybody in Atlanta that would be listening to the show. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy how that works.
Yeah. So it's like, you got to think, Brad. You can't just, and I'm with you, you can't just focus on that, especially if you got a business. And that's why we have the internet for. It's like you can open that business up to everybody, not just your little local area. Open that up big. Like, yeah, you can put some emphasis for people in your area, but if you really a hustler and got that entrepreneurship, you're not thinking about no small town like, oh, just this city. Nah, bruh. I'm trying to sell in the world, dog. You know what I mean?
Bingo.
But no, I'd definitely love and appreciate you being on here, Brittany. Thank you for dropping some gems on us this morning. Definitely a pick me up. I've been excited to do this just because I'm so big into sexual health, things like that. And I don't know if y'all listen to the Pivot. Well, I know they do, but I'm like my boy Channing, man. I go to these nude resorts. I'd go to a nude resort. I feel like everybody should just be walking around butt naked, man. You know what I mean? You know, like he said, I ain't into the swinging and all that stuff, but you know, if we want to walk around butt naked, why can't we walk around butt naked, man? Like, we know what it is. Everybody should just love who they are, love how you look, things like that, and then go from there. But no, I really appreciate you being on. Definitely value your time, and just thank you so much for all the hard work you do. And we're looking forward to having your business take off. I want to bring you back next season. Be like, all right, look at her, just blowing up right now. You know what I'm saying? So, no, definitely.
And what's your website again, so people know where to go?
Oh yeah, where can they buy their merch?
Right now I just have my To Be Adored website that's up.
Okay.
Play with Pleasure and my sexology, because I'm not finished with my cohort yet. I've got about 4 more lessons to go, and then I'll be finished. So I'll have all that. I'll be promoting all of it on my personal page no matter what. But you can find To Be Adored, www.2beadored.com. My personal at BB Thunder. On IG, you can find me there. I'm always promoting all my businesses on there. And then Play with Pleasure, we're on IG at Play with Pleasure. I think it's WIT Pleasure, because with was taken. They had with was taken.
Oh my God.
But yeah, you can find us all on social media. I really appreciate you guys having me on here and being able to talk about it. It's my first time being able to talk about everything. So it kind of set the tone for me. So I'm kind of excited to kind of put myself out there more and do more speaking engagements.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking has never really been my thing. So
yeah, because I think you got a great message, and you know where you headed is amazing.
Yes.
I'm just sitting here looking at your the To Be Adored Instagram page, and I'm like, man, like you got my homegirl Farron on there. I'm like, that's dope.
Yeah, I love her.
I've been looking at your stuff for years and didn't even realize it was yours.
See,
Like that's
it's
crazy.
all connected. Look at it.
I'm like, damn, is that fair? I'm like, damn.
She is one of my brand ambassadors, so yeah.
Yeah, Fran, good people. She real good people.
That's dope. That's dope. I love it right there. I love it. That's what it's all about, man. That connection, that networking. Look at that. You got people been following you in Texas this whole time. You ain't even know.
Well, just like because March is Women's Month, I got some special things coming in. So
we need them discount codes. No, we definitely appreciate you, Brittany. Just thank you for all you do and just keep going strong. We love it.
Thank you.
Oh man, definitely good having the girl Briscoe on, man. Definitely dropped some gems on us. I definitely encourage all my fellows, man. Get out there, take some kind of online sexology course or something like that. You'd be surprised what you come to discover, man. Like I said, I had the wrong intentions taking this class in college. But it opened the door to so much that I'd never even thought about in regards to like sexual health and things like that. So it's just it's definitely a good class, and you know I would definitely like to have more Black representation in it, because I think we would focus a little bit more having that Black representation in it versus some. Usually, you get some older white person teaching the class that doesn't make you think about sex in any way. So you're not locked in and focused at all.
What was that TV show called back in the day? Was it Talk Sex with Sue or something? Talk Sex or something.
Yeah. She used to come on late night. Hell yeah. Hey, she was a freaky little thing.
She was every bit about 75 on her talking about it.
Dog, that shit was so weird. Lady, I can't listen to this grandma talking about sex. Like what? Oh man, no, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Let's jump into it, man. We so we were supposed to do our IG live, and then we just got busy, man. Shit happened.
Bro,
life.
Too much going on, man.
Yeah, life got happened.
Way too much going
on. So if you're hearing this, we were recording on Sunday, so we did pick these before the game. We're gonna put them out on Instagram today, so y'all don't come at us with no bullshit saying we picked later. But now, let's go ahead and jump into these picks, man. We're coming down to championship week.
You got the conference championship game. Two solid games for sure. One I'm looking forward to is this first game. We got the Niners versus the Eagles in Philly. Who we got and why?
This one's hard.
I'm going Eagles. And this is based off of pure feelings. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Fuck the Niners.
And you know the feelings gotta be strong for him to pick Philly. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be strong.
So this is back-to-back years. Them niggas has knocked us out of the playoffs. So fuck them.
Yeah.
You know.
I ain't mad.
This will be the only time y'all gonna ever hear me say this. Fly Eagles fly. The only time y'all gonna hear it.
Hey, I'm not mad at that. I respect it. I'd be the same exact way. I'm actually gonna go Philly too. Just because Dallas played a decent game, but they weren't playing their best game, and the 49ers didn't shut them out or nothing like that. They didn't really show dominance. I feel like the Cowboys more lost that than the 49ers won it. That's just my personal take on it. So I can't give too much credit for the 49ers for the win, because I feel like Cowboys shot themselves in the foot more than anything. So, and then if you look at the Eagles game, they came out to show pure dominance. Like they're like, hey, we haven't missed a beat. They got a top offense, top defense. I think the Eagles are a better overall team, and they're playing at home. So I'm gonna go with
the Niners got more weapons.
Oh yeah.
But the Eagles, man, just all around, they just nasty.
They just an all-around team. It's hard beating those teams that just are all around, can beat you offensively and defensively.
All 11 positions on offense and defense. It's just like, if they clicking, it can get ugly fast.
It get real ugly real fast.
And I'm hoping they clicking so I can just turn this game off.
Yeah.
And hop on the game, but do something else, because I don't really want to watch it. But who you got, Mel?
Man, I think that the Eagles will win, but I'm just worried that the 49ers have a little bit more grit. I think they've been tested a tad bit more this season than the Eagles. So I'm going to go Eagles, but I think the 49ers have something. I think they got more in the tank that they haven't showed yet. And that's what worries me about this game. That's what might make this game a really, really, really good game and not a one-sided game. I think they just been tested in some areas. They got some healthy pieces back. I don't know. I think there's some more seasoned vets.
I don't think it'll be a blowout either way. But I
don't think it is either.
I think the winner, and I obviously think the Eagles are going to win. I think they'll win by more than one score. Like I could see them winning by 10 or something like that. I don't think it's a come to the wire type game.
Yeah, I can see a 10-point game.
I got them as my game of the week. We're gonna get to that, but since you brought that up, I have the Eagles winning by 6.
Okay, that's your game. I'm going with the Bengals Chiefs for the game of the week for me, just because
Bengals Chiefs. That's a lot on that game.
That's a lot on that game, and Mahomes has never beat them. He hasn't beat that squad yet, and on the big stage, like this is your back, still sick, no, because they beat them earlier this year. Yeah,
well, fourth championship appearance in a row. What they call it, Burrowhead or something like that?
Yeah, they call it Burrowhead, dog. And it's hard, man. It's hard playing a team like the Bengals because even though they're good, they still are the underdogs and everything. Like they come off as the underdogs because people are always talking shit. We wasn't gonna be in the championship game. Look at us. Y'all selling tickets. Y'all don't want to give our top receiver his credit. All right, we're gonna show you. Y'all gotta stop talking about the damn Bengals, man. At the end of the day, shit, y'all keep gassing them up.
They love that.
Yeah, like y'all are gassing them up and making it worse. Like we have to keep hearing this shit. You know what I'm saying? My Steelers nation, we got to hear from the Bengals all damn day, and it's getting irritating, man. I'm getting sick of that shit. I was telling the Chiefs
like, damn, bro, we've been at home chilling.
Yeah.
We're just chilling. Why y'all gotta bring us in it?
Bro. But yeah, I think I'm going Bengals and Chiefs for my game of the week.
Who you got winning?
Golly, it's hard. That one's, to me, that's the hardest pick I've had all season, just because the Bengals, I've always flexed on them. They always come back and beat them. But then it's like, fam, how many times can you beat a team? You know what I mean? Like before your shit runs out, but it's like, okay, I could not run out right now. I could beat their ass again. They might get me next year. We just don't know, man. It's just like, I just hate how much the Bengals are overcoming shit, dog. Like, damn. Like, I don't know.
Growing up in that country, like Bengals country, dog, it's just like y'all always suck. But y'all have always been quiet. We ain't never heard y'all say nothing.
Never.
And now y'all like some damn cockroaches everywhere.
Yeah, God.
Like we went to the basketball game yesterday. Who walked in the gym with a Bengals hoodie on? I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like, come on now. Hey, come on, dog.
Yeah, like I ain't never seen a Bengals fan out here, dog. And I'm like, a Bengals fan? Like, nigga, what?
Like, y'all all over the place now, bro.
Yeah, like,
but the thing is, though, every time I see somebody in some Bengals gear, it's fresh, it's clean. So it's like you just bought that.
Exactly.
You ain't had that in the closet for some years. It's just been sitting there. You just bought that.
You just got your Jamar Chase jersey. Yeah. You ain't had a Bengals jersey in probably about 20 years.
Right.
You ain't got that CY84.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
But I'm on fuck it. I'm going Chiefs, man.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm not, I ain't even going into a deep explanation. I'm going Chiefs. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm going Bengals.
Man.
I'm gonna leave the explanation. I'm going Bengals. Ooh. What you got, Doug?
I'm going Chiefs. Honestly, I don't care who wins. But what's the month of February known for? Black History Month. I need the black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not gonna argue that logic.
No.
And to think about a black on black QB in the Super Bowl,
I need that.
I'm not gonna be mad at it. And Black History Month, we got two black quarterbacks battling it out.
I'll take
You're
it.
not gonna hear a peep out of me, dog.
I'll take it.
Keep
Yeah, I'm not
competing,
mad.
guys.
But I do just not even leaving black alone. I want to see the Chiefs and the Eagles in the Super Bowl because I think that would be a banger. I think
that'll be
You
a
think that's
game.
the best
banger of a
matchup?
Super. Oh
That'll
yeah,
be a game. Yeah.
I think Chiefs for 49ers would be a decent game. Even, and I hate to say it, I think the Bengals versus the Eagles would be a fire ass game. I just
That'll be a
don't
good one,
think,
too.
yeah, I don't think the 49ers would be a solid team in the Super Bowl. I think the Eagles will put up a better fight.
I mean, I think just because they lost in the Super Bowl last year, they got a lot to. They want to get back to that moment,
Mhm.
especially because they was one play away from really winning it all last year.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind. Only team I don't want to see in there is the 49ers. And the reason I don't want to see them in there is because they got 5.
Yeah, I don't need them getting
getting
6.
6. Yeah, I don't,
I don't need them
six. That's
getting
legit
6.
the only reason why I don't want them to win is because I don't want them to get 6.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's
I need
how
y'all to stay
that.
with us.
That's how it was that cap year. I was like, nah, bro. I don't need you
Yeah.
getting this win.
Yeah.
Don't need you getting this win on me, dog.
I don't need it, man.
Oh man, that's
Because
funny.
what, y'all and the Patriots, right?
Yeah, we let the Patriots sneak up on us, and that already stung. But it's like, hey, it's Brady. There's not much we can do about that.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, hey, 49ers, get back and sit back down. Then nobody tell y'all come back up. You know what I'm saying? All
Nobody
these
told
other
y'all it was
teams
our
out here
time.
that's trying to build up. Let these
don't need
guys
that.
come in, man. Shit.
All right, so you got Bengals, Chiefs. What you got the spread? What you got?
I'm gonna do Chiefs by 6.
What you got, Mel? What's your game?
I got Bengals by 9.
Damn.
Nah, you think they gonna stomp that ass? I'm not.
Hey, 9 points is not hard to come by. That's 3
Shit.
field goals.
Man, I done had some parlays fail me. Some shit like that.
I'm thinking the field goals go keep it over. I think defensively, Bengals.
I'll let you know now.
Stamp on them.
I want a field goal game. I want a Chiefs versus Rams game and just boom.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Yeah, I want electricity.
I don't want to see the field goal kicker today.
Yeah. If you're not out for an extra point, I don't want to see. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see him on extra point. Go for 2 all day.
Damn. This man,
go for 2 all day.
This man is going, boy. Shit.
He said go for 2.
The kicker better not dress today.
Shit.
We don't need to see him.
Hey, I feel like we watching XFL. Everybody just going for 2 and shit. I'm not mad. I appreciate the picks and staying on these Bengals. We can talk about some large cats real quick. We couldn't pass this up, man. Been wanting to talk about it a little bit now, but now we're gonna jump on it. Carol Baskins.
That bitch, Carol Baskins.
Carol freaking Baskins killed her husband, whacked him, but she didn't. She didn't. She's clean, boy. They said he's out in what was it, Costa Rica or something like that?
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
But like they been saying from the get-go.
Yeah.
They been said he was in Costa Rica laid up somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, I'm not believing until I see some evidence. I need to see my man out there doing a little TikTok dance or out there doing a little something before I believe my man's alive.
That's what
right now. I still think he was tiger bait.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. Like, oh no, he was alive, and there's like one of the top agencies like, yeah, we've known he's been alive here. Is he doing some covert mission or something? Or like,
right?
We want to what they say on the show? We want to see your face. Show us your face. No, I want to see, dude. I need to see him alive and actually breathing, dog. Otherwise, it's fake news to me.
You know
what? I don't think he's alive, man.
Bro, I honestly, it wouldn't shock me if he was alive. I think what's shocking.
Shock the hell out of me.
Nah, bro. I think what's shocking is the fact that people really don't understand. Like, people do disappear on purpose. You know that, right? Like that's a thing. Like,
some people want to go off grid and just start their life over.
Like, people go off grid all the time. So I can believe it. I think it probably wasn't as prevalent, and as early as that was, taking place. But I can believe he's still alive easily.
I think my man dead.
Yeah, and they said he would be 84 right now.
I think he did, man. I'm not believing he's alive. I refuse to. I
Bruh.
refuse. I know he was stupid rich, but I'm not. I'm not.
See, I feel like there's gonna be a big story to come out on this one day of like what's really happening here. What really happened? I think there's a big ass conspiracy thing going on with this. I could also be tripping and just be wanting a big conspiracy to come from this, but yeah, I don't think dude's alive. And now the FBI looks like Homeland Security. They're not really answering no questions on it. So it's like, what's going on, dog? What's really happening here?
I don't think, I can't. If he's alive, I'm like, wow. All right, shout out to him. But
84 years old, kicking strong. Mm-hmm.
Oh, plastic surgery go a long way.
Yeah, shout out for Carol Baskins, man. Shout her out. That's my girl right there.
Bitch, Carol Baskins.
Hey, it's funny hearing because I listen to a lot of satellite radio, and she came on. She does one of the intros for Who Kid.
DJ Who.
Yeah, hey,
Man,
the first I said, is that Carol Baskin? She be having me weak. If y'all haven't heard that, get on YouTube and search that DJ Who Kid.
What you say? Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Yeah, I was like, that's the hardest intro I've ever heard, dog, with Carol Baskin.
First time I heard that, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm like, it's so random. Carol Baskins on this hip hop satellite radio show doing a little intro, dog. That's dope.
Weak.
But nah, all right, Don.
Bad right now.
What you got for us for the pick 'em and leave 'em, baby?
So this was a little tough to me. So we're gonna go with movies today. We've been doing music and food a lot, so let's go movies.
Okay.
So one got to go in all their movies. So we got Jim Carrey, we got my man Seth Rogen. I almost forgot his last name. We got Adam Sandler, and we got my man from Kicking and Screaming. You know, Step Brothers, the GOAT. Will Ferrell.
He's already arguing his case here.
I think we know who he likes.
Shit.
I love every movie that man does.
Damn. All right. So I guess we're gonna start off with which one can go. This is hard, man. I love these guys.
That one, yeah, all of them.
I love these guys. But if I had to make a choice right now, it's gonna have to be Seth Rogen. And I hate doing it because me and Seth, you know, we really bond on the weed stuff.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
but I'm thinking about like his movies and classics. His movies aren't classics to me like that.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. My man got some bangers.
He's got bangers, but when I look at the other gentlemen like around him, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, Seth's got to go, and I hate it. It really came down, to be honest with you, I came down between Seth and Will Ferrell.
See, I got. See, I'm going to Jim Carrey, man. I gotta go, Jim.
Whoa!
I gotta go, Jim Carrey.
The Mask? No,
I gotta go, Jim.
Sir.
I gotta go, Jim Carrey. Got to.
Okay, what's the logic behind it?
That hurts.
I think the other ones are better. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad actor because he's definitely not. He's got some good ass movies out here. Like you said, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura. They got some good movies. The Grinch. But if I'm gonna sit down and watch a movie and get a good laugh, it's gonna be a Seth Rogen or one of the other two on the list. I don't think Jim Carrey is that funny to me. He's got funny moments, but I'm not gonna be laughing the whole time. Like I'm gonna be laughing with the other three.
So what's funny is I actually sent somebody this morning. It's 7:50 a.m. I sent them something on Jim Carrey that he dropped Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber all in the same year, bruh. Like
I know that.
Dropped 3 gems classics all in 1 year. Like, man, that hurts. Jim Carrey's like one of my favorite actors in general, just because he knows how to make people happy. But damn, that hurt.
He's good, man. Don't get me wrong. He's good.
Hurt, man.
But
he's out of there for you. All right, man. Shit. Be your own people, man.
I ain't gonna step on nobody's toes.
No, you good. Let me.
Man, ruin my day a little bit. All right. Go ahead.
You know what? Mine was between the same two people, but Seth Rogen gotta go. And I I enjoy his movies. I enjoy his talent. I enjoy his comedy. Um, I think he's an icon in his own respect, but you got three goats on here that are true goats in the industry, whether it's, you say, okay, Jim Carrey popped it off, with his stuff. I don't know all the timelines of when these guys
And he was
came out.
kicking with the black people, man. And Living
He,
Color, he was kicking it with the niggas in the
bruh.
day, boy. You gotta give him love.
So
He was with us he was with us shooting in the gym, boy.
he's been with us shooting in the gym. I just think these guys are all like truly iconic, but I think there's three of these goats, and then there's a guy that's in that conversation. And I think Seth Rogen is just in that conversation. I don't know if he's GOAT status for his.
The only thing I can't give Seth Rogen is that he doesn't have the range. Every movie he's in,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like his movies are like he's a target audience.
Yes.
Whereas Jim Carrey can get to everybody for the most part, but Seth Rogen is a target audience. Like if you want to, like, oh man, I mean, not like I said. Don't get me wrong, man. Jim Carrey is legit, man. I do.
I ain't mad at it. You like what you like.
I ain't mad at it. Yeah.
If I gotta choose, man, he's gotta be the one to sit.
All right, so
he's gotta be the one to sit.
Let's flip it. Pick your top two, and then which one can't go.
Well, that's easy. Will and Adam. Those are my top two.
Okay.
I mean, my top is Will Ferrell. Easy.
I'm not mad at that.
I like that.
No, man, I love Will Ferrell.
But Adam Sandler is a very, very close second. Very close second. Very.
Adam's a GOAT too.
You ask me tomorrow, it might be Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
yeah. You ask me tomorrow, it might be.
Okay. My top two are the same. Will and Adam. Bro, you're right. It's today it may be one thing. I'm gonna go Adam. I think I've watched a lot more of Adam Sandler's. His older stuff just gets me. It just like I could go watch Waterboy. I could go watch
Big Daddy.
I go watch Big Daddy. I can go watch Click. Like I could go watch those movies again.
He made a lot of good family friendly type movies. They were fun.
A lot of friendly. Yeah.
What's the movie where he was like in this big giant mansion? He had inherited all his money.
I know exactly what you're talking about. What is the name of that movie?
Was it Mr. something?
This dude had that black foot in there that was gross.
He had a black foot, bro. He had a Kool-Aid fountain in the house.
Of it. Yeah.
Oh, bro. Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, that's it.
Mr. Deeds, bro. Like those movies just hit different to me, bro. Like I could probably.
He don't miss.
He don't miss.
Motherfucker don't miss.
He don't miss.
And I love that he incorporates some of the same people in every movie.
Yeah,
like you're gonna see
you're
gonna see like two or three people that are always in those movies.
He's looking out for the same folks every time, man. He create I love everything about him, man. He's rich as shit, but when you see him out, he's just bummed out. He'll go out, ball. He plays hoop a lot with the niggas.
Big ass hoodie.
Yeah, dog. Like he's just
busted
him,
old
dog.
dad shoe. Yeah, I like him a lot. I like him a lot.
All right, so you went Will, he went Adam. My two come down to Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler. I love Will Ferrell to death. I love the man. He's hilarious as shit. He's got a different humor about him that's different than everybody else that I love. But he has had a couple movies where he tried to do a different role. It just sucked. It literally sucked. He's got to do a certain role to make it work. Like he did something, man. Like he lost his apartment, wife, and shit. It was just the most boring ass movie I'd ever seen. But you get the Talladega Nights, Step Brother, and shit like that. And it's like, all right, this is him. This is his avenue. So that's why I couldn't put it. That's the only thing keeping him out of my top two. Jim Carrey. I mean, I love Jim Carrey, and I'm gonna go with Jim Carrey just because he gave me so much heats from my childhood that made shit great. Made me a silly kind of person too, the way he acted and acts all goofy
ass little dude.
Yeah, he's just a goofy ass person. Like
somebody stop me.
Yeah, like him in The Mask. Him playing The Mask is probably my favorite. Love him in The Grinch. Like he's still a part of me and my kids' childhood every year.
That's what I'm saying. He's definitely The Grinch is probably my favorite movie by him.
Oh yeah, and I didn't think anybody else could do Grinch like him, so I was like, oh, that was perfect.
No.
But yeah, Adam Sandler is a very, very, very strong second, just because he don't miss all his shit, even when he switches up roles, like when he did Uncut Gems, that basketball movie he just did.
Hustle.
Bro, Hustle was sick.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick Jim Carrey as my like favorite that I can't lose him or none of his classics. But Adam Sandler, I'm gonna give it to him for probably talent. I think he's probably the most talented and has the most range. Even though Jim Carrey's it's too hard, dog. Yeah, Jim Carrey's got range too. It's too damn hard. Liar, liar, come on, dog. Like, he's just so silly, man. He's one of the people you can cut on his show when you're having a bad day. Like, this dude's just stupid. Like, he's just stupid. Like, how does he have this personality all the time? But nah, that's where we at, man. I'm gonna have to go with my man Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him, man. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I think all of these dudes are legitimate. I love Seth Rogen, but I love Seth Rogen more because I'm a pothead, and we have a lot of. He's like me. We got different hybrid strains and stuff like that. He don't like his shit mixed. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, I like my indicas and I like my sativas. Don't be mixing my shit up. And he does his own like pottery thing. So he makes his own like ashtrays. I love people that's just themselves, dog. Like they don't care. Like he's gonna be who he is. So I always admire people like that. But
see, my thing is like if I'm like, here's my day. So it's like get done with the podcast. It's what 11:30. I'm not gonna go throw on a Rogan movie. I'm gonna throw on like a good little Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler type movie. But at nighttime when I'm relaxed, real chill, got a brew in my hand, I'm gonna throw on a Seth Rogen type movie and just kick it.
Oh yeah. I love Pineapple Express. One movie.
I forgot all about that one. Honestly.
He's in one movie that is so underrated to me. It was like The End of the World. I can't think of the name of it. It's The End of the World, and they had a shitload of comedians and everything in it. They even had Hermione come in there.
This is the end.
It might be. This is it or something like that. I gotta look that up now.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
No, we gotta find it. Yeah, is it?
I think it is called This Is the End.
It might be. Yep, that's it.
I think that's what it is because it's got James Franco and Johnny Hill and all of them in it. Yeah.
Dog,
that is a good ass movie.
It is the most slept on. I was like, how's this movie not blowing up? That shit was funny because when old girl that plays Hermione came in, he was like, oh shit, Hermione's here. Like that shit. Hey, that shit. The whole movie was just stupid as hell, dog. Like he knows, and he's one of those people too that uses a lot of the same cast.
Like, he's like that too. Yeah.
What was that movie he did? Him and James Franco did that movie where they were out in North Korea, and they had to go in as spies.
That fucking movie.
Oh
crap!
That movie.
They got a lot of shit. Seth Rogen has more than a lot of people think, but that shit was hilarious, dog. Like, I'm not gonna knock my man Seth, man. I ain't gonna knock him. He's funny as shit.
He's a good ass actor.
Yeah. He's legit. He ain't done nothing in a while, has he?
I'm looking. That's what I'm looking at right now to see what his latest.
He just
looks like he's doing a voice. He's doing a voiceover for a Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, I do hear his voice.
Ninja. He dropped what's this called? The Fablemans. Looks like he was in that, but I don't think he was main
character.
Cast.
Yeah, he been chilling, man.
Like a little extra.
That's what I'm saying. He does his thing. Like, hey, I don't need to make a movie right now. I'm chilling, making my pottery. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. When I'm ready to come back in, I'm gonna come back in. I'm gonna kill the game.
Right.
Zack and Mary make a porno. I forgot about that.
Hey, yeah, that shit was funny too. Hey, speaking of sexology, that was a good one.
That's a good one.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah, he's got some heats,
This
man.
man's a fool.
He's
Knocked
got some
up.
gym. I think just where he hasn't been as active lately, people tend to forget about his joints.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I appreciate you down for the pick 'em. Let's jump into these quotes of the week, man. Let's wrap this bad boy up. So let me get my joint up. I ain't come prepared today, fellas.
I got mine. So I'll go ahead and knock mine out.
Are you good?
Mine's about Walt Disney. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing.
Mm-hmm. Not
So
mad
that's
at it.
mine for the week.
I love it. Mine's somewhat close to it too. I go and jump in mine. Mine's from Paul the Bear Bryant. Says it says it's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. And I love that one just because everybody wants to go and win, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we can win. We can do this." Not everybody puts in the work to win. Everybody,
Shit. I mean,
yeah,
just look at his background, Alabama.
yeah,
Said a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, he was at Kentucky for a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Bryant.
So it's like I love it because everybody wants to be a winner. There's a lot of talking. That's why it says like Don's. It's a lot of talking that can be done, but who's actually gonna do the work?
Everybody gonna put it there.
Who's gonna put it in? All right, mine is from a
It
guy.
ain't the Cowboys.
Yeah.
This man's stupid.
Oh,
we do a lot of talking.
Bruh. Mine is from E.E. Cummings, and it says it takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. And I think that's more powerful than a lot of people really understand.
Ooh, absolutely.
It takes courage to go out and be you, the real, the honest, the open you. And you got to accept if people like it. And you got to get out of the mindset of having people like who you really are. You know, you got to get out of the mindset of what people will think about who you really are. That's why I love, being able to speak and see the mind of somebody like Briscoe. She's not afraid of sharing what she
clearly
does.
Don't care about being herself. You know what I mean?
Clearly, but you know what? That makes a great business person. That makes a great leader. Leaders got to deal with that stuff all the time. So for me, that's one of those things that is just a reminder. Hey, look, be okay with who you are. That's who you're designed to be. You don't need to be anybody else other than who you're designed to be. So
yeah. And I'm actually glad you did that one because we had a little instance come up at the school last week, and I had to sit down and we had to talk with my oldest. And that's the one thing, I kid you not, that I stress to my kids all the time, because it's something that I really wish I would have learned earlier in life, is to be yourself. You're gonna I always say it's really hard for kids these days just because they have so much other influencers in their lives telling them who they should be. Social media being the number one thing. That's why I don't allow my kids on there at this age. But and I stress to her, like, you have to be serenity. I'm like, growing, I'm gonna tell you who I want you to be. At the end of the day, it's all gonna come down to your decision of who you want to be. So I'm here to help guide you in life to discovering yourself. That is my goal as a parent, is to have my kids learn how to be themselves, because I can't teach them fully how to be themselves, but I can help guide you to learn about yourself. And then it's up to you to decide, yes, I am going to be myself or not, or I'm going to be this fake version that the world wants me to be. Now, be you. I don't care what avenue you go into. Just be you, give full effort, be authentic. So no, definitely like that. Definitely like that. Nah, man, it's a wrap for the episode. We got one more episode.
Yeah,
one more.
We got one more episode.
I do have one thing to say, bro. Before we close it out, man. Bro, I am extremely, extremely thankful for each of our kids, bro. And let me say it like this. Each one of our kids has their own unique talents, their own unique conversation styles, their own unique likes and dislikes. But as men, we got some pretty dope ass kids, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like from the youngest to the oldest, like we got some pretty dope ass kids that in the direction that they've been headed, man. It's truly a respect to you guys as fathers that you guys are doing a lot of work in your kids' lives. So before anybody else say that they told y'all first, I'm telling you, man, I'm
Appreciate you,
extremely
my
happy
boy.
for
Nah,
what our
yeah.
kids, have been
Appreciate you.
experiencing. You taking the kids on trips, you doing daddy daughter day, you know, and my daughter ain't but 4 months. So I'm like, okay, well, what we gonna do? Where we going now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about stuff like that. I've had Daddy Sunday, but now I have a daughter, so now I gotta incorporate that. So I'm enjoying watching the growth of our kids, man, through how we continue to grow.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yes,
definitely
Lord.
appreciate that too, man. And like I said on a previous episode, like my daughter's stepdad, just, gave me some feedback on my fathering and stuff like that, my parenting. And I do want to start doing better, kind of like you are. I want to start doing better, telling other men that they're doing a great job raising their kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because
Shit ain't easy,
sometimes
man.
it's not easy, dog. It is not
Ain't easy,
easy at
dog.
all.
No,
And
and
they're
no.
changing. Just like our parents, like our kids growing up in, ways that we didn't grow up in. It's completely different. So it is hard as hell. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to how I grew up and I can train you on how to grow up in that condition better than I did. But you're in a whole different condition. Like I'm trying to figure out where you at.
Shit, we
Uh,
learning too.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah.
just trying to learn your situation on top of trying to learn how to
Mm-hmm.
parent you in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it is hard, man. And I think, we should be telling each other a lot more. Especially if you see something, say something, man. Like you see somebody, gave their kid good advice or something like that, and just say, hey, I appreciate the way you parenting, man. I see you, I notice you. And I pick up things. I see other parents see them handle a situation or something. I'm like, damn, they handled that pretty good. Let me try to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me, work on me a little bit from seeing somebody else. And kind of like we was talking about with Briscoe, especially being African Americans, we just get so competitive with each other, dog. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, man, I can see something that Jamel's doing with Malachi. That like, oh, you know what? I might want to start doing that with my kids. Or I can see something Don's
Mm-hmm.
doing with Noel and be like, you know what? I want to start doing that with my girls. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
okay for us to, learn from each other. There might be something that I do that y'all want to start doing. Like it is
Facts.
okay. Like we'll be all better parents at the end of the day if we are focusing on the things around us and giving people kudos and loves and just really being observant to what's going on. So it's like I'm gonna try to do a better job. I'm challenging myself personally to do a better job of complimenting other people, especially my other minorities in this world. And it's not
Yeah.
just open to
I
minorities. I
feel
want to
somebody.
compliment everybody. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I've seen a lot of white dads do great things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Oh,
we can
bro,
each
yeah.
help each other. But I
Mm-hmm.
do just want to do a lot better job at that, especially with my minorities, just because I know how competitive we can be with each other. And
Mm-hmm.
instead of, trying to help and encourage each other, it's kind of like, let's drag this person down. Let's make fun of how they're doing this. No, let's not make fun of it. Hey, if we think it might be something that's hurting the kid, let's have a talk, pull them to the side. Like, hey, you know, from the past, I've seen this, maybe you should try doing something like this. And nobody wants to get parenting tips like, hey, don't tell me how to parent my kid. But hey, if you can't take it coming off, sometimes it helps after a while. Sometimes you just got to digest it.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what? Because you can give me some bad critiques right now. I might be in my feelings for a minute, but after a while, I'm be like, he was
I
kind of right. I see it.
mean,
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
Fuck him, but
mean,
yeah.
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 I mean,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it's all about the approach too, and that's what I always stress. It's literally the approach of how you tell somebody. Like if you were to
Facts.
pull me up, I'm like, hey, you can't be doing that
Yeah.
with your kid. I don't give a damn what you say after that point. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if you come at me with the right approach, it still might sting a little bit, but like, okay, I get what you're saying. And I can tell by your
Mm-hmm.
intentions that you really are trying to be helpful here. So
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great you say that, man, because yesterday we had Noel's basketball game. And I ain't seen a parent do this, bro. I swear, since we was like kids, we know we always say, you keep acting up, I'm take you to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I seen this parent come out the gym. She come out the bleachers. Next thing I know, she taking that little daughter to the bathroom. I said, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Bro, it must have been parent discipline day. Same thing happened. This kid went to
out.
I'm a fight. Oh, mama snatched his butt up.
Crazy,
You're
man. I'm
done.
like, man, like I ain't seen nobody do that in years. Back in my mind, I'm like, get him.
Yeah,
Get him.
like,
Get him.
Turn that ass up.
Hey, did the ref stop everything and just kind of look too?
Nah, they was on the sideline. They came took care of business.
Oh,
they ain't let the game go on. Let the game go on.
Yeah,
it was crazy, man. But nah, it's man. Before we close though, on a crazy note, man. I ain't load up yesterday, dog, because I got caught up watching the Royal Rumble, and I ain't watched the Royal Rumble in about 15, 20 years, dog.
You got stuck.
Hey, I was locked in on that shit. And first off, I didn't know they did a women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Me and wifey and Noelle was watching it last night, the women's. And man, while we was all in here, Noelle was like, "Oh, get her! Throw her out the ring! Throw her out the ring!" I was like, "Man, we had a blast." I'm like, "Man, we got to start doing this every year."
I'm telling
like,
you.
Hey. I'm like, literally, out of the 30 people that came on, I'm like, I probably knew about 4.
Yeah, I don't know none of them.
Like, I heard that Booker T theme song come on. I was in there hyped. I was like, "Let's go, let's go!" Man, walked in the ring, got tossed. I said, "Oh, okay, all right." Young man sport now.
It's people don't realize it, man. Because we did grow up in that wrestling era. It was huge, man. But there's a lot of good storylines with wrestling. Like, I think that's the main part. Like, they focus on it's fake, but I'm like, there's so much drama in the storyline is what's really gets you hooked on it. Like meeting my brother for the first time, he's huge into wrestling. Check him out, WrestleMania. He probably did a whole little skit on the show last night.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because he watches live. Check him out if y'all big into wrestling. Check out WrestleMania on TikTok. He's phenomenal with his feedback on the shows and there. He's hooked on it.
Check him out.
And I told him, man, we tried watching some wrestling. I'm like, fam, you got me sold on the soccer. I can't do the wrestling now. I was like,
it's tough, bro. Like the individual matches, like after the Royal Rumble, they was like watching. I'm like, I can't do this. I don't understand it, and I don't understand what's the beef going on. And I'm like, I can't do it.
Then you added the loop on the story. Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't get it. But the Royal Rumble was like everybody for themselves. Like, we just gonna knock some heads off. And then, but it was dope, man. It was real dope. I was like, it's the first time I feel like a kid again watching this shit. Yeah. Like I was legit locked in. So it was hard.
I ain't mad at it.
They were talking about like they were saying like The Rock might come out. I'm like, shit, The Rock coming out. Duffy didn't come out. And I was like, damn.
It's crazy how some of these old people that have been wrestling since we were kids are still in there wrestling. That's what blew my mind.
Because we went back yesterday after the Royal Rumble. We was up like 2 o'clock in the morning just watching wrestling shit on Peacock. So we ended up watching like the 08 Rumble. And it was like people that were making their debut on that Rumble that were fighting last night.
That's
like,
crazy.
Damn, they still fighting?
Yeah.
That's wild. Like the dude that actually won it last night made his debut in 08. I'm like, that's crazy.
Damn.
I like that shit. Wow.
They be doing it. They committed, man. It's another sport. I like it. I just can't get into it no more these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I only watch.
But I see why people like it. I love the drama. I love the storylines. That's what it's all about.
My brother-in-law, he's in the deep, and he was talking about. That's the only reason why I was like, "Ooh, let me check this out, see." And then he was like talking about shit. I'm like, "Bro, I don't know none of these motherfuckers. I don't know what's going on." And I'm like, man, but it was dope though. It was real dope.
I ain't mad at it, man. Especially having that good family time, so everybody can kind of jump in together on.
Yeah,
it's always clutch to have. Always clutch. But nah, fellas, I'm ready to sit back, chill, watch these games, man. This is literally nothing but sports for me today. Let me see. We got first game at 3. Then I actually got a hockey game. We got a hockey game at 5. I'm scared because it's my Hurricanes are playing the Bruins. Bruins are number 1 team in the league. We're number 2. Bruins are just nasty. They are the Patriots of the NHL, dog. That dynasty is just scary. They are
in Boston too, right?
Yeah, Boston Bruins. They are just they're tough. Hey, shout out my man T, dog. I had on Friday night, me and T was talking, and then we was about to hop back on the steps. I'm like, nah, I'm watching this hockey game. So he's like, yeah, he's like, let me check it out. He's like, who you watching? I told him. He turns the game on. Was the perfect game for him to watch. It was so much. Hey, it was nuts, dog. It was a crazy ass game. He's like, oh yeah. I was like, yep. Hey, when he texted and said, hey, when's the next game? I was like, oh yeah, he's locked in. He's locked in. Hey, I was like, it was the perfect, because some games be boring as shit. But that game was like, okay. I was like, this is dope. It. This is the game to watch. If you wanted to start off, this is the game to watch.
Yep.
Nah, shout out my man.
We doing the playoff time. I'll lock in.
Ah, yeah. That's me with every sport. I love the playoffs in every sport when games matter.
It's more faster.
Yeah.
Faster.
There's a lot on the line.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah.
I'm with it.
Anybody that is thinking about hockey, watch it on. Always watch the third period, and then you'll start enjoying it more. Then you'll start watching the first two. But you watch the third period and see when shit starts getting real heavy, you be like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Which I got planned outside of that. Anything?
That's it, man. I want to take a nap. My goal is to hit a nap today in sports and food. That's literally it.
Y'all see, I started losing my voice for a second, bruh. Yelling hands and defense and get your butt over here, move over here. So yeah, I'm relaxing, man. I'm relaxing.
Yeah, I ain't got much either. We finna actually, as soon as we get off, I'm getting to take me a shower and get ready. We finna go one of our line brothers, he's a fireman, so he gonna go give us a tour of the firehouse.
Yeah.
Letting the oil do all that. So we finna go do that.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely dope. Absolutely.
Yeah, so get in the truck and all that shit. So see y'all into this fireman crap stuff. So I'm like, let me see if my man can give us a tour. So he was able to hook us up. So we finna go do that.
Hey, that firehouse is dope, bro. You gonna love it.
I ain't mad at it at all. Well, fellas, that's the episode in the books. Like I said, we got our finales next Sunday, man. We got our next finale will come out next Wednesday. That's it, y'all. We gotta take us a little break, man. But we'll be back. Buddy. We got a lot of great stuff coming on the horizons for season 3. So
we working already.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But now I appreciate y'all, fellas. Love y'all boys, man. Hope y'all have a nice week.
Yes, sir. Love y'all boys. Peace.
As always, Some Light Ones podcast. See y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.